Well, here's the face of someone who probably won't be here in 2 months.
Hey now, everybody. Guess who? I know it's been a while. I follow this person here because she's just as pissed off as I am at the Yankees. I went to the game last Monday. Fun. She has some valid points sometimes about the Yankees and this and that. This one isn't one of them. They are not getting rid of Boone. They will not. He's a puppet, and they like their little puppets. If they're going to get rid of anybody, which they should, is Cashman. Cashman has been complacent in this position since 1998 or 1997, whenever Bob Watson left. And he's resting on laurels that are starting to piss people off. They make the playoffs every year. And for some reason, because that happens, even though they don't win the World Series, well, he should keep his job. He's doing a good job. No, he's not. And last year should have been the topper. Okay? We'll go all the way back to 2017. 2017, we were cheated. We didn't get to the World Series. Fine. But if you look at the last two games, they didn't hit. And that starts the trend. Okay? And even if they beat Houston, there's no guarantee they win the World Series. But that's a different story altogether. 2019, when they go to the ALCS and they lose to Altuve's little buzzer thing that nobody's proven, but whatever. They couldn't hit. Try last year. They got swept by the... First of all, they barely got past the Cleveland Indians in the fucking divisional series. You shouldn't have taken 5 games to beat them. That's my personal opinion. But the next thing, they get swept by the Astros. They strike out, I want to say 50 times in 4 games in a sweep. So the first thing in my mind as a general manager, bing, get some hitting. Let's get some hitting in here to try and beat the fucking Astros, or anybody for that matter, because you're not hitting the ball. And you haven't since 2017. No. What does he do? He goes out and gets Rodon, which so far has been the biggest bust yet. It's been a bigger bust right now. As of right now, it's only been a few months, so I got to give it some time. But as of right now, this could be a bigger bust than trading for Donaldson, which was idiotic to say the least. You took out $50 million salary for a guy who can't hit anymore. And he couldn't hit in fucking Minnesota, and you didn't see this? I also blame the medical staff. Stanton is 32, 33 years old. He can't run? This guy was an MVP in fucking 2017. You going to tell me he can't run anymore? I'm 56. I can't run anymore. That's an excuse. This guy's supposed to be a fucking athlete. How is it he can't run anymore? That tells me it's all in his head. Because as soon as he busts it out, he's going to pop something. Get him a psychiatrist. Do what you got to do. I don't care. But they're never getting rid of Boone. Okay? Even though Boone has his moment, Boone also is the puppet of the front office. You are not going to sit here and tell me, other than the strikeouts, the at-bat looks good. What are you, fucking high? That's the reason. But because he's the puppet of the front office, and where's these analytic people? Why isn't Hal going to Brian Cashman and saying, hey, this analytic crap ain't working? Why is it working for everyone else with a quarter of the payroll that we have, and it's not working for us? What are you doing? Answer me this. What are you doing in the analytic department that isn't working? Why isn't it working? Get me answers as to why teams with a third or a quarter of our salary are doing way better than us. But Hal doesn't ask the questions. Oh, if we don't make the playoffs, I'm going to be pissed off. So is everybody else. And everybody else is pissed off that you make the playoffs and can't get over the hump. And when it's clear what you need to get over the hump, you don't provide it, that's a fucking problem. How do you go into this season with no left fielder? Seriously. How do you go into the season knowing Josh Donaldson couldn't hit his fucking weight? Jesus Christ. There's no predicting what happened to Judge. That was a freak thing. But Stanton? And now you got Rodon is out again with a fucking hamstring? And as of right now, in his 6 starts, he couldn't pitch a 10th? That's what you should be asking. Forget about Boone. Boone's a fucking puppet. Who are you going to bring in? Who are you going to bring in? Bruce Bochy isn't walking through the fucking door. Buck Showalter isn't walking through the door. The next puppet will walk through the door. Whoever that is. Either way, I'm very, very frustrated as a Yankee fan. I think Brian Cashman needs to be replaced. I think Brian Cashman is complacent in his position. Oh, we make the playoffs every year so he keeps his job. No. You haven't gotten us over the hump since 2009. What are you doing wrong? What's going on that this isn't helping? Yankee Stadium is built for left-handed power hitters, and you barely had any. Then you got Benintendi, a left fielder, and you let him go. I'm telling you, Cashman and this analytic team, goodbye. Switch it out, change it, do what you got to do. And for those who say, well, Brian Cashman will have a job in a minute, good for him. I tell you what, send him to Kansas City or the White Sox or the Marlins. Send him there and let's see how good of a GM he really is. Because he's been skating for the last 30 years. Tell me what he can do with a Kansas City Royal fucking payroll. If he turns them into champions, I'll bow to you. But if he ain't got the budget, and if he ain't got the backing, out the fucking door. Because any other GM would have been gone already. That's my opinion. But they're not going to bow to the fans, the people who pay the fucking money, and they're not going to bow to any kind of pressure. They're going to do what they do. They're arrogant in their thinking, and it's got to stop. Hal has got to fucking grow a pair and start changing things from Cashman down. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I do enjoy your videos. And don't worry, as a Yankee fan, I'm going to be rebutting or agreeing. Booyah!